Hey folks, Jason here to share a Sunday debrief with you. So what's been top of mind in the last week has been really taking action, and what leads up to taking whatever action that is, what leads up to it really produces the quality of actions that we take. So there's a formula that we use in Action Coach. It's for life success and also success in business, but it's dream times goal times learn times plan times act. And action is the last step in the equation, right? So, it starts with dream. It starts with challenging yourself and giving yourself permission to dream. Dream about the life and envision the life that you want, so that we can make goals for the business that will help produce that lifestyle sooner than later. And then what do we need to learn? What plans do we need to put in place? And then that leads to the quality of the action that we're taking along the way. So I'll dig into that formula in a couple of days, probably in a different video. But anyway, that's what's been top of mind. And I'll relate it to a client that I work with. Yeah, I've been working on this with, all of my folks, but there's one client that we've been working together for, I think it's about a year now, and maybe a little bit longer than a year. And they've become more successful. This is, most of the businesses that we work with have crews that run around in trucks or vans to provide the services that they do. So this business has a crew, and they've grown the business with that one crew over the last couple of years, or over the last year. We've grown it from, I think they were in the $400,000 range, and now they're around $800,000 for this last year. So they've grown pretty well this last year, and with that one crew, they've achieved $800,000, which is really the point here. So we took a step back a couple of months ago, and I was like, okay, we need to define or further define the dream. What do you want your life to look like 3 years from now? So they painted a picture, so to speak, and came up with the ideas of what that would look like. They want to be able to travel to Europe for a couple of weeks at a time, twice a year. And they want to have property with a house that they build. They'd like to have a small farm on that property. They'd like to keep horses, have horses. And they'd like to have some gardens on the property as well. So, and there were maybe 5 or 6 other key things that they came up with too, but that really described the kind of lifestyle they want to lead 3 years from now. So we then looked at, okay, what does the business need to look like at that point so that it is producing the financial and time freedom for you all as owners that will provide that lifestyle for you and that outcome. So what we came up with is the business will have offices in 2 locations, and each of those locations will have 3 crews, each bringing in $750,000 a year. So you do the math on that. 3 crews times 2 locations, that's 6 crews. 6 crews times $750,000 comes to $4.5 million. That's a pretty exciting number, right? And we broke it down. Hey, if that's year 3, what does the end of year 2 need to look like on our way there? And at the end of year 1, or this coming year, what does that need to look like so that we're clearly on our way there? And by the time we got down to the next quarter 1 of 2025, and talking this through, it wasn't crazy. It's a significant step forward, but it's totally doable. So I just want to encourage you to, in your business, start with the dream. What do you want life to look like? And then, okay, what does the business need to look like that would produce that outcome for life itself? Okay, so let's paint the picture on what that business would look like, and then break it down to now. So I love doing that with folks. If you are interested in kind of workshopping that and brainstorming through it, I'm really good at it now because I've done it, maybe 100 times in the last couple of years. So And it's really interesting. It always comes down to a point where, hey, the next quarter, what we need to accomplish, that's not crazy. It's totally doable. And we got to do some things differently. And now we've got a real clear focus on exactly what we need to do and achieve in that quarter, which will clearly mean that we're on our way to that longer term goal. So just pretty cool stuff. Let's see, quick family update. Something that's really cool and I'm proud of is Silas, our son. He signed up to go on a missions trip with the church. He's in 11th grade this year, so that's going to be really cool. They're not going out of the country. They're going to Mississippi. There's a church there that we've got a relationship with in our church here in Winston-Salem. And really looking forward to him having that experience. And man, I know that the missions trips that I participated in growing up in Hickory, and we went different places, man, it was very formative. So if you haven't been on a missions trip, and if you haven't challenged or encouraged your kids to go on a missions trip, I highly recommend it, because it is pivotal in growth of maturity and perspective and all the things, right? So let's see. So I'll leave you with a last word of perspective or encouragement. Abundance in life, abundance in business, wherever you're looking for abundance. Abundance cannot exist where there is drama or complexity. So, wherever in your life you would like to see more abundance, I would encourage you to think about, okay, what drama and what complexity exists in this area of my life right now, and how can I remove that? Because that will grease the wheels. That will make it, that'll create that vacuum so that abundance can come in and do its thing. But where there's drama and complexity, it'll hold you back. All right, have a great week. Cheers.